Two teenage boys shot within a half hour apart and just 1 mile away from each other in Northwest. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
Yeah, I'm Leslie Foster. We don't like to have to report things like this with more violence and more young lives change in a matter of minutes, but it is happening in our community.
Yeah, and here's what we know from D.C. police at this hour. At 11:40 this morning, a 15-year-old and a man were shot on Columbia Road between 13th and 14th Streets. That's in Columbia Heights. Well, 20 minutes prior, a young man was shot next to a rec center on Otis Place.
And that's where we find Delia Gonzalez live tonight with what we know so far. Dee, what are you hearing?
Yeah, Les, of course, no one wants to report this. It is tragic and heartbreaking to repeatedly share this news with our community, but this is indeed happening. And according to our reporting, this shooting makes the third shooting outside of a rec center in just the past 2 weeks. It's important to note today is a holiday, so Parkview Rec Center here in Columbia Heights was closed. No activities, no children inside, but eyewitnesses tell us that after the shooting, the young man ran here to the empty playground and collapsed. Just before 11:20 a.m., the sounds of gunshots shattered the silence on this holiday Monday.
You want to be safe when you enter around any type of recreation facility.
Earl Davis says he mentors the young man who was shot on the street surrounding the wreck, a 10th grade high school student. The teenager ran towards the building for help.
I've received numerous phone calls as far as one of the young men from my group that was shot multiple times, but thank God he's going to survive his injuries.
Just 20 minutes later, police say a 15-year-old was shot less than a mile away on the 1300 block of Columbia Road Northwest. Relatives tell us a handyman was driving his van up the block when he was hit too. His vehicle riddled with bullets. We're told he was shot in his side. Both the teenager and the man are expected to survive, but this violence is triggering.
It upsets me and it brings back memories of my son when he got killed.
Davis lost his son Brian to a shooting Halloween night 2016. He was not the target. Now Davis runs an anti-violence program in his son's memory. He says if community members continue to be outraged without outreach, we risk losing a whole generation to both sides of the gun.
I recommend anybody that have these kids out here on the street, parents, mentors, friends, let's reach out to these young men. Even if you take one of them under your wing and try to save his life, it'll get better. But right now, it seems like we're going backwards and not forward.
Earl Davis, the founder of Chicken and Waffles, his mentor group, with some powerful words this afternoon and a call to action for folks in the community that we all need to step up and do something about this violence instead of just being upset about it. We can all do a little something to help make our streets a little safer. So at this point, police do not believe that these shootings are connected. In regards to the Columbia Road shooting, they do have a lookout for a vehicle, a black Ford Fusion with Delaware tags. They say that car was traveling southbound on 14th Street. We're live in Northwest. Delia Gonzalez, WUSA 9.
Outrage without outreach. That stayed with me too. Boy.
Yeah, we got to do better. And oftentimes in these cases, the gunmen are incredibly young as well.
It's a call to action.
Yeah.
And something we all have to answer to. Dee, thank you.